video for a while. I got the idea a while back, so it went around. Looks like it stopped a while back, so I'm just gonna go ahead and restart it. I've actually got 2 gardeners already picked out that I'm gonna tag, and then they're gonna tag a garden channel apiece, so it should spread out. But I've got 10 questions, and I'm gonna ask them and answer them, and then I'll post the questions in my description box, so you know, as it goes around, you can copy the questions and make your own answers. So let's begin. Question number 1: what hardiness zone are you in? I'm actually in 6A. I'm in Tiffin, Ohio, and my last frost date is May 12th, so I got a while. That's Mother's Day. Question number 2: what's your favorite plant to grow? Now this is a tough one for me. I've actually got 2 favorites. They're peppers and tomatoes. And if I had to pick just one, I'd have to say tomatoes, because, well, they grow so fast. You know, they grow a lot faster than peppers, and they're just one of my favorites. I look forward to tomatoes every year, so that would be that'd be my answer if I had to pick one. It'd be tomatoes, but I've actually got 2. Alright. And how long have you been gardening? I've been gardening since age 12, and May 20th is my birthday, so almost 19 years. So yeah, quite a while. I'm not a gardening expert, but I know my stuff. What got you into gardening is question 4. And the answer to that for me would be my 2 grandpas. One of my grandpas on my dad's side, my grandpa Colclaser, he was always in the newspaper for his garden. He always grew a bunch of tomatoes, a bunch of peppers of various kinds, and you know, my goal is not to get in the paper, but you know, it's just carrying on a tradition. You know, my grandparents did it, and I kind of noticed it skipped a generation. My mom does a little bit of gardening, and my dad, you know, he might put out some tomatoes every other year. So I just want to move on in my grandparents' footprints, you could say. Question 5 is, what's your favorite gardening tip? And you know, I've got a lot of gardening tips, but I think my favorite is don't pitch it, compost it. You know, if it comes out of your garden, you should put it back in your garden. So, you know, when I prune my tomatoes and my peppers, and you know, if I have something that comes out of the garden, I want to put it back in. So I compost it and I reuse it the next year. And you're going to see a lot of that this year. A lot of stuff that I pulled last year that basically I'm reusing as fertilizer this year. So it goes back into the garden, at least in the long run. Question 6. What do you have the most trouble with in your garden? Bugs, overwatering, underwatering, etc. And I gotta say, my biggest problem, and my wife would agree, is overcaring. I just can't leave it alone and let it grow. You know, I have to be out there every day, watching it, making sure it's doing alright, making sure it's not bug infested, and you know, making sure it's got plenty of water. I just can't leave it alone. So I don't know if that's a problem or not, but it's a problem I have. And question 7. What source do you run to when you have trouble in the garden? Google, YouTube, Facebook, the library. You know, I've actually got a network. I kind of use a little bit of all of those, minus the library. I like to run to Ray at Praxis 55712. I got a couple different groups on Facebook, and you know, if there's something new to me and I kind of got an idea about it, I'll hit Google. You know, if I know what the problem is, but I don't know how to go about it, I'll go to Google and you know, search for it. But other than that, you know, I kind of use a little bit of everything. You know, I got friends that are into gardening. I'll hit them up. Just, you know, whatever source I feel like can answer my question or give me some good advice, I'll run to it. You know, I can't break it down to just one. I've got a lot of them. Question 8. What gardening task do you hate? I hate pulling my plants in the fall. It symbolizes to me that winter's coming. You're gonna get hit with that cold snow, the cold weather, and I hate winter. So to be able to be out here and it's 50 degrees, you know, it's great. And don't get me wrong, it's not always 50 degrees out here lately. It's just I come out when it's nice out. So otherwise I'd be doing this inside. But yeah, I hate pulling my plants in the fall. You know, it just, you know, all my hard work goes to nothing. So yeah, I hate pulling my plants. And question 9, what gardening task do you love? And I like picking them tomatoes off my vines. You know, that's what I grow the garden for, is to pick my fruit. So yeah, that's what I love. That's why I do it. You know, besides carrying on tradition, but you know, you gotta have an ultimate goal, and that's my ultimate goal, is to eat what I grow. So that's what I love, picking fruit. And question 10, last question. How many plants do you have growing right now? And before I shot this, I went ahead and went and counted, and I kind of lost track at 50, 55. So I gotta say between 50 and 60, all in an area. So, and I got more coming once I move out to the garden. I got green beans and carrots and squash, zucchini. That's just to name 4 of them that I'm, you know, gonna do direct sowing with. So I got a lot on the way. But right now I've got 50 plus things that haven't sprouted yet. So right now it's about 55, but it's probably going to be closer to 70 or 75 when I'm done. So anyway, that was my 10 questions. I'm going to tag my 2 people to it, or my 2 gardeners, which I'm going to start out with Reaganite 71 and Small Town Gardener. They're both southern. Reaganite's from Arkansas, and the Small Town Gardener, he's from Texas. So they're both closer to planting than I am. And the way it goes is they tag one other person, and I want them to be able to take out a question they don't want to answer and replace it with one, but keep it garden related, guys. You know, I don't want anybody asking, you know, what's your favorite color, because I don't know, it's not garden related. But anyway, that's it. Hope you enjoyed. Got to see a little bit inside of why I do what I do, and hopefully you can reflect to it. So thanks for watching, and get out there and tag.